Excellent question, and I'm just going to respond via microphone. I have this funny little picture here with countertransference down there. You're not as clever as you think. One of the clients saying to themselves, and then the clinician, you're not as clever as you think. So just kind of to relate some of the internal processes that go on when we're working with clients. So have I ever really addressed countertransference with clients? It's an excellent question. And I think I definitely have been able to utilize this as a therapeutic opportunity. Now, when we think about countertransference, usually other issues we're connected to other things that are going on in our life, things that we wouldn't want to share with our clients or things that would be inappropriate to share. But another piece of countertransference is what you're feeling in that moment with the client, how that relationship makes you feel, and thinking through that with the client. You know, perhaps, and talking through colleagues as well with this, if the client's making you feel a certain way, maybe that's the same way that other people in their lives feel towards the client as well. So I definitely have utilized that before in the past, and I'm thinking more so when I've been able to work with adolescents in talking about how when they're responding to me in a certain way, when I address them on certain behaviors and the decisions that they're making in their lives, and they might become combative with me and throw those verbal darts, and I've been able to stop back and say, okay, let's take a break. When you do this, this is how it's making me react, and this is how it's making me feel, and let's take a time out and think through, this possibly might be how you cause your parents to feel, and is that really working towards establishing the goals that you want in the relationship and the goals to your life? So I've been able to utilize countertransference in that effect to say, okay, let's time out, this is how I'm feeling, let's utilize that so we can then discuss if this might be how there's other patterns in your life that are playing out and how this might be preventing you from reaching your goals. So that's definitely been a way that I've utilized it, the relationship, how I'm feeling, to transfer it over to other situations in the client's life. I can think then, that's kind of looking at negative behaviors, but also positively to connect with a client. I've definitely utilized it if I'm really feeling a lot of frustration for the situation that a client's going through. And again, you have to think about, is this helpful in the therapeutic context? Is it working towards the goals? Do they need that extra support? So in situations where there's been a lot of injustices and I feel that arising with me, I've been able to connect emotionally that I'm feeling frustration too as you talk about this, just so you know, and evaluating the costs and the benefits with that situation as well. So I think more so than anything, I'll look at the relationship and determine, how are they making me feel? Am I able to utilize that feeling within our relationship to talk about that? Are they going to be receptive to that? And will that be helpful? And if it's some sort of compassionate response that I want to talk about. So I don't necessarily ever talk about the specific details, but more so the feelings, the emotions, the relational context within countertransference to really relate to the client and the situation. So I hope that answers your question. I definitely think it can be a valuable tool. There's lots of articles out there about that. I'm going to post one of them here in a little bit for some extra reading if the class decides to do so. But I hope that answered your question and that was helpful. Great question. Thank you.